appetite is gradually increasing amid the reports that some breakthroughs have been made in the development of a vaccine against the coronavirus in China. The demand for the Russian currency remains moderate. Oil traders' sentiment has slightly improved as Brent futures posted a rise by 1.5% in the early trade. Yesterday, oil closed the session in the positive territory for the first time since its 5-day continuous decline over the past few days. On Thursday, oil prices edged up in the early session. Brent crude rose above yesterday's high with a slight downward correction to $56.06 a barrel later in the day. In the course of the trade, the benchmark crude price is expected to fluctuate in the range between 56 and 57 US dollars a barrel. To change the trend, the quote will need to hold firmly above the level of $56 a barrel. Likewise, the American benchmark crude is following an upward trend. Today, WTI is currently trading at $51.55 a barrel. On Wednesday, WTI crude reached its peak, having gained 2.3%. This was the highest settlement since January the 3rd. The Joint Technical Committee for OPEC Plus did not manage to work out a strategy for the cartel during its meeting on Wednesday. Earlier, the OPEC Plus members were expected to decide on deeper output cuts amid rising concern for energy demand. However, oil quotes rose despite the lack of clear outcomes of the OPEC meeting. The committee officials will continue their discussion today. Traders hope that the oil producers' decision to implement more output cuts will stop oil from falling. Commodity prices were also weighed down by the industry data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration, showing that crude inventories rose by 3.4 million barrels last week, whereas analysts expected a much lower increase in stockpiles. On Wednesday, the ruble also displayed a positive dynamic following higher oil prices. Early in the session, the Russian currency was holding firmly at comfortable levels. Along with other currencies of emerging markets, the Russian ruble reacted positively to the news that China was going to reduce import tariffs on some American goods. On the other hand, the ruble's growth may be limited by the currency interventions from the Central Bank of Russia. In the short term, the dollar-ruble pair can go beyond the range of 62.5 and 63.2, and this will determine its future trajectory in the nearest future. Local markets will be mostly focused on the Russia's regulator meeting on Friday. The Bank of Russia is widely expected to ease its current monetary policy. Improved risk appetite and overall positive dynamics of most of the assets look quite reasonable now. However, the rapid spread of the coronavirus and its negative impact on the global economy may put more pressure on risky assets. That is all for now. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.